Hey everybody, it's Martian here. This is my Supergirl Season 2, Episode 1 review and rundown. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. Let us get started. So yeah, Supergirl Season 2, Supergirl is back on the CW. I'm so excited for that, it's great. There are things I loved about this episode, there are things I didn't like about this episode, and there are things that I'm starting to like from this episode. So let's get started with that. So first off, I have to say, mystery character that we got from the Season 1 finale has been confirmed. I know he's a part of the Degramites storyline, I think, for like some kind of characters from the comics. I'm not too big on like Superman stuff or any kind of galactic creature, people, Kryptonian half-breed things. I don't know, I'm not good at those. But the Degramites, I think it's what it is. I'm not really sure. But the Degramites are part of the Invaders, which is going to be the 4-night crossover event that the Invaders are going to be taking over. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know much about it. But yeah, so we got that guest character, that mystery character. We don't have no idea who it is. We kind of have an idea of who it is now. So we'll see what happens with that when it gets to the 4-night crossover. I think the 4-night crossover is when that character will be getting a lot more to do. But we got a little bit of that. Let's talk about Kara's journey. So Kara's journey has been so cool this week. I mean, I love it. Man, it's crazy. I mean, CW can do no wrong when it comes to improving a show. Like, I know you guys are complaining about Arrow, and I know you guys are complaining about Legends, but man, Supergirl and both Supergirl and Arrow got really improved for their 2 premieres. It was amazing. Flash was actually not. I feel like The Flash has done the exact opposite and did a bad episode for their premiere. Unfortunately. I mean, there was good stuff in there. It's just, most of it, too rushed. Yeah, go watch my review for that if you guys want to see my opinions on that. But Legends is next this Thursday. I'm wanting to see what they do for their premiere. We have Vixen, Stargirl's coming on this season, Hourglass Man, Hourman. I think that's his name, right? Hourman. Yeah, Hourman's coming on. We have a whole lot of characters coming to that show. But anyway, back to Supergirl. Yeah, Kara has done really well for herself. She decided to become a reporter, so that way she could not only be doing a job that she loves with, her calling, like they said in the episode, but also she'll be able to be Supergirl and the reporter at the same time. Like, she'll be able to go out in the field, get reporting statements and stuff, and then become Supergirl when she needs to, right? It explains a whole lot, rather than being the assistant. Because it was kind of hard for her to break free sometimes. Like, Cat Grant almost found out her secret if it wasn't for Martian Manhunter. So, it's a good thing that she's becoming a reporter, so that way she can go out into the, National City and do whatever she needs to do. So yes, we all want to talk about this. Superman is on the show. What do I think of Tyler Hoechlin? I'm going to call him Hoechlin. Tyler Hoechlin? Honestly, no. I'm sorry, guys. I know he's good. He's a good actor. But no, I can't get behind the Superman. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Henry Cavill. I don't know if it's Christopher Reeves. I don't know what it is. But it's just, I don't like this Superman. I don't. I mean, I warmed up to him. I think that he's pretty great. I love his Clark Kent. I love Tyler's Clark Kent. His Clark is amazing. But when he becomes Superman, it's like, no, I just don't like it. I don't like the excuse. A lot of people call it an explanation. I call it an excuse that he ages more than, he ages and doesn't, look old, you know what I mean? Like, he ages slower than most humans, right? And then he looks just like Kara, like the exact age as Kara because of it. That's stupid. No, that doesn't make any sense. Because first of all, wouldn't Kara then age slow too? Like, wouldn't she be not in her 20s, right? Like, she'd be that old, but wouldn't she still be younger? I don't know. It's weird to me. Like, explain that to me in the comments if you guys know if you guys know a legit answer, explain it to me in the comments. But, like, if that is the case, then how come Superman is always the same age as Bruce Wayne, even in Dark Knight Returns? Hello? Like, that's an example. I'm not saying that has to be the true thing. I'm just saying, like, in Dark Knight Returns or in some other stories, Clark is always the same age as Bruce, right? And then Supergirl is always way younger. And then, yet, they still, even though it was, like, 24 years, and then another, few years, like, for Kara to go all the way to her 20s, Clark is still that young. No. I don't like that explanation at all. I think it's so horrible. I don't like Tyler Superman. I just don't. I don't like his interactions with everybody else. And, like, I loved in season 1 when they blurred out Superman's face and they had him looking down with the hand, like when Kara landed. He looked so mature and so older, and he looked very broad, and he looked kind of like a Henry Cavill type or Christopher Reeve type Superman. Like, he didn't look young. He didn't look like baby cakes Superman. You know what I mean? Like, and then when he comes, like, in this episode, everyone's so shocked and like, oh, Superman's here. But it's like, really? He's, like, the same age as Winn. No, I just don't like it. I hate it so much. It goes against everything I like about Superman. Even though it's just his age, he's a big, muscular... Like, I'm not saying that Tyler's not... Sorry about that. I'm not saying that Tyler's not muscular and, like, not, like, broad and bold looking, but it's just, that's not Superman to me. Like, he is just not Superman. I'm sorry. I can't accept it. I am warming up to him. I think he's going to be a good actor for the show. I think he's a good addition. I think he's going to help the show. But I would have preferred somebody else. Sorry. It's just the truth. But anyway, yeah, so we got that out of the way. I liked all the Clark Kent parts. I liked Clark Kent with, Cat Grant. I thought that was really hilarious. There were a lot of Christopher Reeve Easter eggs in this episode, like so many of them. There was Miss Tessmacher. If you guys have watched the old Superman movie, when, I think it was Lex, that always had the secretary or assistant or whatever, like, Miss Tessmacher! And, like, Cat Grant did the same thing in this episode, where she was like, Miss Tessmacher! Like, yelled. That was an Easter egg. The helicopter crash, Easter egg. The flying is more, like, safer than all the other transportation that Lena Luthor said in this episode. Easter egg. There's a lot of Christopher Reeve's Easter eggs in here, and they are amazing. I love the Easter eggs quite a bit. There was a lot of other Easter eggs. There was a lot of comic book Easter eggs, like Corto Maltese was name dropped in this episode. We've seen Corto Maltese in Arrow. There was more Easter eggs. I can't remember all of them. There was a lot of them in here, but I can't remember all of them. But that was like a Corto Maltese Easter egg, for example. The Christopher Reeve's Easter eggs. What else? I know there was more in here. I just can't remember all of them. Well, Lena Luthor is kind of an Easter egg in herself. If you didn't know, Lena Luthor, I think back in Smallville, Lena Luthor was actually a biological child of the Luthor family, not adopted, like she said in this episode. So let's talk about Lena Luthor. She was actually in this episode. Lena Luthor, loved the character. I think the character is pretty cool. I'm excited to see if she is telling the truth or not. Like, is she going to be an enemy, a friend, a frenemy? Most likely she's going to be a frenemy. Kind of like how Maxwell Lord was in last season. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see Lena Luthor kind of fill that gap, that void, and kind of be like the next Maxwell Lord type character. Not kind of exactly like he was, but just kind of like the frenemy, right? So I like that in this episode as well. It was great to have her on here. I also like the Martian Manhunter and Superman beef, so we have to talk about that. So Martian Manhunter and Superman's backstories are they knew each other, and then they landed and found a Kryptonian meteorite, and that it was affecting Superman. Martian Manhunter decided to keep it in case of other Kryptonians. Superman was like, you ain't doing that, and then flew away and never talked to him again. So yeah, they're not friends. I like that. I like that quite a bit, because as we know in things like the Justice League animated series, or other things with Martian Manhunter and Superman, they're great friends. They're like best friends. So it's really nice to see that they're taking this route. Again, David Harewood, I think is his name, David Harewood, who plays Martian Manhunter. He's so old. Like, he's an older type actor. Baby cake Superman. I just don't, I don't like it. I think that it also, like, if you watch Justice League, the animated series, they're the same age. I mean, they're not, obviously, the exact same age, but in human years, same age. Here, not. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's just awful. Oh, it's bad. No. So Jimmy Olsen is not dating Kara anymore. Thank you. I didn't like that quite as much as I do. Like, this episode made me realize how much I didn't like that. I'm glad that they're taking that slow. I'm glad they're not doing that. I actually do want Kara to get a new love interest. Not yet. I feel like it's not time for her to have one yet. They were going to do that with Kat's son in season 1, but no. So I feel like they're going to give her a new love interest sometime soon. But it's just not right now. Not for now. Anyway, we'll see more of that later on. I also like the CW, the CBS. The punch in the face that the CBS got. Thank you, CBS. Even though CW is owned by, or I guess CW and CBS are owned by the same company. But if you didn't catch it, the new base is a huge diss where, what was her name again? Kara's sister? Alex, I forgot her name. Alex was like, yeah, I like this base way better than the old one. That's kind of like a diss to CBS. Loved it. Yeah, CBS, why'd you drop Supergirl? Just saying. But I like I like Supergirl on CBS or CW better. I think that on the CW it really has a chance of thriving more than it did on CBS, just because CBS didn't have what it takes to have a DC show. That's all I have to say. CBS was really bad with it. I think that now that it's with the CW, it'll really they'll have more time and more fun with it. They can't, because on CBS they couldn't do a lot of things. They were in LA and the other shows were in Vancouver, so they couldn't do so they couldn't do all that stuff. But once they were at CW, it really helped the show get off its feet. Right? I just think that's better. So I think that talked about everything in the episode. If I did, I probably didn't. We have Metallo coming next week. Super excited. So excited for Metallo. He's going to be a great villain. I'm glad that they're doing bigger Superman villains. They name drop Lex Luthor a lot in this episode. So I'm excited to see where they go with not only Metallo, but possible other Superman villains. So we'll see more of that later on in the season. But what did you guys think of this episode? Did you like it? Comment down below if you didn't or you did. Do you think that Supergirl works more on CW better now that they have more fun with it? Comment down below. Links up there to my other videos. Links down there to my Twitter, Instagram, Vine, vlog channel, and gaming channel. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.